November 4th, 1918. 1 week before World War I officially ended, one soldier was killed leading his men across a canal under machine gun fire. He wasn't just any soldier. He was about to become the most famous poet of the entire war, and he'd never know it. His name was Wilfred Owen. By 1918, Owen had already survived years in the trenches, been diagnosed with shell shock after a traumatic bombardment, and spent months recovering in a military hospital in Scotland. It was there, while recovering, that he started writing poetry describing the war exactly as he'd lived it, not as glory or heroism, but as gas attacks, mud, and young men dying in agony. Poems like Dulce et Decorum Estate would go on to become some of the most famous war writing ever published. He didn't have to go back to the front. He chose to. Owen returned to his regiment in 1918, determined to keep leading his men and to keep bearing witness to what was actually happening in the war, insisting his place was with his soldiers, not safely removed from them. On November 4th, exactly 1 week before the armistice, Owen's unit was ordered to cross the Sambre Oise Canal under heavy German fire, building makeshift bridges while machine guns tore through the ranks. Owen was killed leading his men across. He was 25 years old. The war ended 7 days later, on November 11th, 1918. Church bells rang out across Britain in celebration. The war was finally over, after 4 years and over 17 million dead. At that exact moment, in Shrewsbury, England, a telegram arrived at the Owen family home. It informed his mother, Susan Owen, that her son had been killed in action, delivered to her door while the bells of celebration for the war's end were still ringing outside her window. Wilfred Owen never lived to see a single one of his most famous poems published. Almost all of his work reached the world only after his death, compiled and released by friends who'd survived him, turning a soldier who died in the war's final week into the voice history remembers most clearly when it thinks about what that war actually cost.